What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Vancouver's Worst Drivers. Today I have had the opportunity to get my hands on the Thinkware Q200 Dashcam, which is the improved version of the Thinkware F200, which has seemed to be the gold standard when it came to entry-level dashcams in the industry. And for this Q200, it's now 2K front camera, and if you get the 2-channel option, it's a 1080p rear camera as well. You can purchase a 1-channel or 2-channel option. And I'm going to take you guys through the full review of this dashcam, see what it's about, show you guys the dashcam footage. And if you like this dashcam, you can also use code Vancouver's Worst Drivers and get 5% off your order from Thinkware. Now, without further ado, let's get into the review. Okay, so let's first and foremost talk about the configurations and pricing for the Thinkware Q200. So if you want to do the 1-channel option, which is just the front camera, it's going to be $189 Canadian or $137 US. Just be mindful that if you want the GPS antenna, which I'll speak to later on in this video, that will be an additional feature that you actually have to purchase separate. Whereas if you get the 2-channel option, it comes for free. So here's the pricing of the 2-channel option. So for front dashcam and rear dashcam, it's $299 Canadian or $217 US. Thinkware is also doing a promo event right now for the launch of a Q200. So up until April 30th, 2024, they're giving away free OBD II power cables with a purchase of a 2-channel system. What does that cable do? That cable basically enables parking mode without having to hardwire your dashcam to your vehicle. So as you can see in the video here, you just plug it in and then it enables parking mode. So it's a useful feature if you want parking mode without having to pay someone to actually hardwire your dashcam for you. The Q200 is also compatible with the Thinkware multiplexer system, which is basically a system that sets up 5 different dashcams all connected to your front main unit. And so that's obviously additional purchase, but just letting you guys know that the Q200 is actually compatible with that system if you want to do that option. Okay, so what comes in the box? We first have the main unit, the front dashcam, mount for the front dashcam, rear dashcam if you give a 2-channel option. The difference on the Q200 versus the F200 is that this input to power and record the dashcam footage is actually going to be different than the F200 Pro. So if you want to upgrade to the Q200, you're going to have to get this rear dashcam instead. Rear camera power cable if you have a 2 dashcam option. Cigarette lighter adapter power cable. What's also included in the box is a hardwiring kit, which I think is a great touch from Thinkware because a lot of other dashcam companies actually make you pay separately for a hardwiring kit, which enables parking mode on your dashcam, but instead, Thinkware throws this in for free. 3 cable clips, extra 3M sticker for the front dashcam, installation tool. So if you get the 1-channel dashcam option, so just the front dashcam, you're going to have to purchase this separately, which is the GPS sensor. This will plug into the side of the dashcam, and then this mounts right onto the windshield as well. And that's basically an external GPS sensor. This will be for if you want to record your speed or your location on your dashcam footage. So this is an additional cost of $39.99. Or if you get the 2-channel option, this is included in the box for free. So let's take a look at the features of the front dashcam main unit. First and foremost, it is absolutely tiny. When I first got this thing, I thought it was going to be a little bit wider up top, maybe a little longer. But no, this thing's absolutely tiny. I mean, look at my thumb in comparison to this dashcam. Super small. Let's get into the external features of this thing. So first and foremost, we have the front camera right there. We've got the speaker located right here. On the side, we've got the external GPS port input right there. The V input is for the rear dashcam if you get one. Now moving along to the back side, we've got LED for Wi-Fi there. The status, so when you're driving and it's normally recording, will be green and it'll be right there. Record button on and off and to lock footage is right there, so you can click that button. And the Wi-Fi button is there as well. Moving along to the side, there's nothing on this side. However, on the top is where you have your power input right there. This is the slide to mount onto the front windshield mount. And on the bottom, there's the micro SD card port right there. When you actually purchase the Q200, it actually includes a 32 gigabyte micro SD card, which is a great touch from Thinkware. And those are the features of the front dash cam. So here is the Thinkware app. I'm going to briefly show all you folks. And to access this app, you can actually access it via Bluetooth, which is a new feature to the Q200 and some of the newer Thinkware dash cams. Originally, this feature was only on the U3000, which was the flagship dash cam for Thinkware. However, now the Q200 also has this feature. So you can actually access the settings on the bottom left here via Bluetooth and actually change the settings in there just with Bluetooth. So first and foremost, under here, we got memory card settings. You can basically just format it on there or change the memory order. You can do camera settings. So you can change dark, mid, bright. You can change it for 1 channel or 2 channel, and for Super Night Vision 2.0, you can have it on just continuous mode, parking mode, or both. Moving on to record settings, here we've got some of the features on here. I'll be honest with you, I don't know exactly what the set privacy setting is, but if I find out, I'll let you guys know in the comment section below. Voice recording enabled or disabled. Parking mode, I don't have it connected to my car, so I can't have that feature on right now. Parking mode times, thermal protection. So if a dash cam gets too hot, it will actually lower the energy consumption, which will keep the dash cam running, which is a great feature from Thinkware. We've got impact sensitivity, motion detection there, off timer, battery protection. Now for these features in the bottom, battery cutoff voltage, you know, a 24 volt power and all that, I would consult Thinkware for that. I am not an expert in this field by any means. So if you have any questions regarding this section, reach out to Thinkware. I'm sure they can answer your question for you. Now for road safety settings, this actually is part of the dash cam. It's got built-in safety cameras. So it actually has some safety features actually enabled. So for example, we've got the front vehicle departure warning. So that's, you can change the setting low, mid, or high, or disabled. Low speed, front forward collision warning, lane departure warning, and lane departure warning speed. So you can change it 50 kilometers an hour, 60 kilometers an hour, 80, and 100. So that's, again, another really cool feature from Thinkware as well. And then next we've got system settings here. So you can change the number of safety cameras. You can turn off those safety features if you wish. And then just you can have speed, kilometers per hour, miles per hour, or the speed stamp. So you can connect to the settings via Bluetooth. However, to connect to the live view or get footage from your dash cam, you will need to connect via Wi-Fi. However, it's very simple. Actually, you just push a button and it connects, no password or anything. So I think that's a great feature as well. So you can go ahead and click live view there. This will just show the inside of my office right now. It's got the blue line there for the center of a hood, and then also the green line for the edge of your hood, which just kind of helps you center it. And then on the bottom here, you can access your footage. I only have a couple of video recordings on here, so it's not going to show a lot. But you can go ahead and there's your footage for front, rear if it's connected, or you can do all. And then the 4 dot square on the bottom right there, that's simply either support or app info. And that is basically it for the Thinkware app. Very simple, very easy to use. All right, so let's talk about the front camera footage. It films at 2K 30 frames per second. This is not adjustable. So as you notice probably in the settings, you can't adjust it to say 1080p 60 frames per second. It'll always record at 2K 30 frames per second. It's got a 125 degree viewing angle, and it uses a 4 megapixel OmniVision front sensor. Now, if you have the external GPS mount as well, it'll actually give you alerts when you're driving if there's like a red light camera or a speed camera. But as I mentioned, it does need the external GPS mount to do that. When I was driving, I didn't use any of the advanced safety features, which I guess is a good thing because, you know, I wasn't driving over the lines. I wasn't, you know, too close to the car in front of me, that sort of thing. So I wasn't really able to test out that feature. But here's the footage for you guys for a front camera. And to me, for the price point, it works well. Here we have a nighttime footage for the Q200, and I gotta say, it looks like quite the upgrade from the F200, and that's basically because the Q200 has Super Night Vision 2.0, which is Thinkware software to basically brighten the footage for low light conditions. I will say though, it almost seems like it's a little too bright in places, so it's a little too bright around the, the street lights you can see there, and it might be an issue when it comes to seeing license plates in low light conditions because of the headlights on your own vehicle. So I wish there was like a CPL filter that could kind of combat that issue, but just something to be mindful of. In terms of the rear camera, it films at 1080p 30 frames per second, which is pretty standard across the industry. The only time you really need it is when, unfortunately, someone rear ends you and their license plate's about a foot away from your bumper. And it also has a 125-degree viewing angle, same as the front dash cam. And again, just a standard rear dash cam here. All right, so let's talk about parking mode next. So the Q200 has a number of parking mode features. And again, a reminder, if you want the parking mode features, you must hardwire the Q200 to your fuse box with a hardwiring kit, or use an external battery pack, which you can purchase separately as well. So for the Q200, you got the motion detection, impact detection, time lapse, and what's unique to Thinkware is the energy saving mode. So there's two features with that. First, if the voltage on your car battery drops too low, the dash cam will actually go into energy saving mode. So that way it's still recording even with lower power output from the car battery. Or if inside the vehicle gets too hot and the dash cam is overheating, it'll also lower its energy consumption in order to keep recording in parking mode in higher temperatures. All right, so what are my final thoughts on the Thinkware Q200? Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the F200 has always been this kind of gold standard in terms of entry-level dash cams, and I think the Q200 keeps building on that reputation. I like the extra safety features, for example, the lane departure warning and forward collision warning. I like that 2K is now the entry-level camera footage resolution. I think that's great. I like the parking mode features. The only things I wish it had a CPL filter that came in the box maybe. I did notice that sometimes my footage was oversaturated at times, so having a CPL filter would help with that. I also wish that the GPS mount was built into the actual mount and not an add-on thing that you had to plug in. And I also wish it came in the one channel option. But having, for example, the speed camera and red light camera notifications, I think is a great feature as well. So that's my thoughts on the Thinkware Q200. If you're interested in getting this dash cam, you can use code Vancouver's Worst Drivers and get 5% off. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. And thank you so much for watching.